Sorry. I'm sorry. What's going on, guys? My name is Elisha. Welcome back to Gauls La Liga weekly show. Barca are the 2017-2018 champions. As expected, it didn't really come as a surprise. We already knew that. It was just a matter of time. And today they secured the title with a 4-2 win away against Deportivo. Messi, of course, got himself a hat trick. Deportivo actually put up a really good fight. It was 2-2 at one point. They were playing really well. The game was going back and forth. So at one point, we weren't really convinced that Barca was going to win this game. Deportivo looked like they could come back at any point. Clarence Seedorf is right now coaching Deportivo, and they're looking pretty good. Maybe he should have actually took over the team a lot earlier in the season because they're facing relegation now, and their confidence is a lot more visible than it was at the beginning of the season. So if they can actually retain their spot in La Liga next season, they will be a force to be reckoned with. So hopefully they don't get relegated. I would hate to see a team that's coming up and that's actually putting in so much effort to have to play Division 2 football. So with that being said, Messi is still at the top of the scorers list with 32 goals. So the big talking point at this stage is, can Barca actually stay undefeated? Now, they only have 4 games left. If you could go 34 games without losing, you would think, okay, that's pretty much it. Nobody can defeat them. But the next game is Sunday, and it is none other than El Clasico against Real Madrid, one of the greatest rivalries of all time. The advantage that Barca has right now is they got the Copa del Rey over with. They already won La Liga now. So all they have to worry about for the rest of the club season is trying to maintain their undefeated streak. Real has a lot less to lose. Of course, their pride. They would hate to see Barca go undefeated right under their nose like that. But Real has Champions League this week, which is far from being over. Bayern could still pull off an upset and win against them. So if they lose that, that's going to be extra motivation for them to make sure that they destroy Barca next Sunday. But then again, Iniesta just announced that he's going to be leaving Barca at the end of the season after 16 years with the club. So many great memories, such a legend, over 30 trophies, by far one of the best midfielders of all time, probably the best midfielder Barca has ever had. Irreplaceable, unforgettable. He doesn't play dirty. He's just clinical. Like, I really don't think anybody could replace him at Barcelona. Coutinho is like the next best thing, but Iniesta, no one plays like Iniesta. His creativity, leadership, everything about him is just top notch. The only thing I feel like Coutinho has over him is goal scoring ability. He's been criticized a lot more over his career for not scoring enough for Barca. But then again, he scored the winning goal in the World Cup, so he really has bragging rights for the rest of his life. But I don't know, man. Barca kind of has a midfielder problem right now. Busquets, Rakitic, they're on their way out in a couple of years. They're not as performant as they used to be. Under Valverde, actually, Rakitic has gotten a lot better from last season. But Barca needs to start focusing more on the future, getting some guys up from the academy. Coutinho's pretty young. Sergio Roberto's pretty young. Semedo, Umtiti, all these guys, young players, solid guys who I think are going to spend a long time at Barca. But in the midfield, we're lacking some youth and quality, so we need to start looking ASAP. If you guys have noticed a player out there who kind of emulates Iniesta and who would fit with Barca's system, drop his name down in the comments below. I'll check him out and see if he really fits the script. Whenever a team wins the league early, we still have to pay attention to the rest of the games, the rest of the other teams. Some people need to qualify for Champions League. Some teams are trying to stay out of the relegation zone. But right now, this is how the table is looking. Barca is, of course, on top. Atletico second, Real Madrid third, and Valencia at fourth. So, yeah, not much else going on in La Liga this week. Griezmann might be coming to Barca next year. Simeone announced that Diego Costa is definitely coming back to Atletico, but Griezmann's future is kind of shaky. He might, go over to the Prem this year, maybe to Barca. Bale and Zidane, that situation is still a little shaky. They're not really giving us too much information on it, but, I would like to see him go back to Tottenham. So Is Griezmann leaving Atletico? Is Bale leaving Real Madrid? Did Suarez bite Beyonce? I guess you're just gonna have to tune in next week to find out. With that being said, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like, but if you didn't, drop a dislike, but make sure you let me know why in the comments below. Barca winning the league is not a reason why you should dislike this video, so don't play yourself, don't be a hater. Also, if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Check out the music used to make this video in the description. Also check out the social media, and I'll see you guys next week on Gol. Adios.